When I hit the power button, it made the red light on my TV and that infrared sensor go off.
Did it really?
Hello, welcome back to another episode of Two Dudes Drinking Beer. My name is Josh.
The butthole. I'm Alec.
Today is the 8th of September. I'm going to be completely honest. I wasn't expecting on doing a show today because I thought I'd be stuck at the DMV.
Why?
Because generally it takes a long time at the DMV, and I was in and out in 30 minutes.
Why? Were you at the DMV?
Because I need my driver's license renewed, and I got a real ID.
Why?
Because you're going to need a real ID by 2023 to fly on planes domestically if you don't have a passport. But I have a passport, so I don't need it. I got it anyway.
Why do you need a passport to fly on planes domestically?
To prove you're a citizen. You're going to need that or a real ID, but you need...
But I've flown to Arizona before, and they don't...
That's why it's starting in 2023. You got 2 years.
So dumb.
To either get a passport or a real ID. Today, we're drinking Stereo Hopic from Lagunitas.
Oh, it's from Lagunitas? Even worse.
They have a dog on their cap.
Yeah, I hate Lagunitas.
It smells good.
Crack.
Today's 2DDBFFOTD, the fun fact of the day, the bean now, the butthole.
My name is Alec.
Is that when you move your eyes, your eardrums also move.
Nice.
Are you going to try to hear it?
I was. I was hoping for
stupid.
anything to let me know. I bet you these are bad.
Smells like a beer.
If you ever burp right before I take a drink of something again, I'll murder you. I was breathing in, you fucker.
I didn't even notice I did that.
Well, you did. Burp. Blew in my face. I'm like, this is going to taste like shit, and I smell fucking corn dogs.
I have corn dogs. I had a bacon avocado burger.
Oh.
65 IBUs. It's a little bitter.
Elixir. I'm not sure. I'm very indifferent.
It's not the worst. It's not the best.
I'm very indifferent.
It exists. It's there. It's a beer.
I like the label. I'll give you that.
But you don't like the name of it. Because you said they're going for stereophonic.
They're going for stereophonic, but they
I don't like
put
that.
stereo. I mean, that doesn't actually bother me too much.
You literally said at Bevmo when I was picking it out, you're like, they're going for stereophonic. I don't like that.
Sometimes I just don't have anything better to say, Josh.
So don't say anything at all.
We wouldn't have a podcast if I followed that rule. You realize that?
How many decisions do you think you've made today? And then how many decisions you think you've made throughout your entire life?
Decisions? Like
decisions.
Any decision, not like important ones.
Yeah, any decision.
Could they also be passive
From
decisions?
The
or
shirt
decisions?
you're gonna wear to...
This isn't a decision. I just go yonk.
That's a decision.
I didn't.
It's a subconsciously made decision.
I just pulled the first shirt.
That's your decision to do that.
Okay, how many decisions do I make in a day? So this is how many?
I have the figure an average adult does a day.
Oh, so you want to see if I could ballpark it? The average an adult does a day, a 12-hour span. Jesus.
Sure. I only asked this because we were talking about decisions in my accounting class today.
Decisions. Let's see, I woke up and I chose...
We were also talking about multitasking for some fucking reason.
That sucks. I woke up and I chose to not kill myself today. 1. I went pee. I waved to my roommates.
That's a decision.
It is. I grabbed my mic and bagged my laptop, put it in a backpack. I chose that today.
It's a pretty big decision. Important.
I always choose to not lock my door to my room. Chose to drive here. It's really just any action you take.
It's anything that you can do with this or that.
But you could say that for I could have chose to call you and ask for a ride as opposed to driving here.
That's still a decision.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every action is a possible decision.
Yes.
So every action is just the outcome of your decisions.
The average adult makes 35,000 decisions a day.
That's about what I was going to say.
Okay, yeah.
I was going to say like a couple hundred. 35,000. It really is like breathe in, 1. Couldn't help it. That doesn't count. That's not a decision. I had no control over that.
They're more often subconscious decisions that, because like, how many shirts would you say you have?
20.
How many different outfit combinations do you think you have?
4.
How many permutations would you say that is?
Well, I've got 20 shirts. Got
Okay.
3 good pairs of jeans. A pair of shorts. Do we count underwear? Of course we do.
Yes.
I've got like 12 pairs of underwear. And then like 15 pairs of socks.
Well, we'll just go with shirts and pants. So you have
About 20.
we'll just say 20.
Okay.
20 pants,
No. 4 pants.
20 shirts.
Who the fuck has 20 pants?
You'd be women.
Okay, but like, I wear 1 pair of pants per week.
116,280 different permutations.
Hey, slow down there, hotshot. What? I didn't give you all my information yet.
That's all. I only need 2 numbers to make a permutation.
Just for sure, we need to count underwear. We need to count socks.
Okay, so that's more than 100,000 then, off the bat.
So I'll never wear the same items.
I mean, you can. It's just a decision. My math could be totally wrong. I just typed in permutation calculator, and N is the number of objects, and R is the sample.
Yeah,
So
that's definitely wrong.
I did 20 and 4.
That's definitely wrong.
Then what's the sample?
I don't know. I'm not a fucking mathematician. I'm just telling you
Neither
you're
am I,
wrong.
but I know what
You should know, Mr. Economics.
But we don't do fucking permutations.
I mean,
The number of ways to choose a sample of R elements from a set of N distinct objects where odds does matter and replacements are not allowed. When N equals R, this reduces to N exclamation point, a simple factorial of N.
sounds like you're speaking Yiddish.
So what I'm looking for is 20 factorial. That's what I want. Fucking huge ass number.
Way bigger than the first one.
Yeah. So that's
But that's just shirts alone. But I only have
yes.
20 shirts.
So that's 20 times 19 times 18 for amount of shirts going on until 1. Different combinations of outfits.
I think you're fucking up somewhere.
That's different combinations of outfits starting with just shirts.
But I only have 4 pairs of pants. So 1 shirt to 4 pairs of pants.
Doesn't matter. Because the shirt's different.
That's dumb. That makes no sense. I've for sure worn the same outfit like a jillion times.
Well, you choose to.
No, I just don't buy new shit. I guess I choose not to buy new shit, but
That's a decision.
I also don't have enough money to buy new shit.
You have a credit card. The point is, that's a lot of decisions a day. And that's a lot of different outfits that you might not think you have.
So when I grew up poor and I was like, I only have 1 pair of shoes, 2 t-shirts, and a pair of pants, my mom was like, that's like 60 outfits right there. Chill, motherfucker.
She's right. You're just ungrateful.
Yep. That hurts.
Well, do you want to say you only have 4 outfits because you only have 4 pairs of pants?
No, I've got 4 pairs of pants.
How many pairs of bottoms do you have?
Let me quit changing your vernacular on me, dog. We're gonna have a casual conversation, or I'm throwing a TV through a window. All right, slow down there. You're going from like talking British slang to fucking trousers and shit. Like, let me walk you through my mind. My
Count the
my thought process. My brain hurty.
Count the pants and shorts together.
No, let me just walk you through what I'm thinking, asshole.
Okay.
I got 4 pairs of pants. I probably have 3, but I'm saying 4 because it's easier to multiply. Here's how it works in my head. I got 1 shirt for 4 pairs of pants, right?
Yes.
That's 4 outfits in my head.
Correct.
So I do 4 times 20.
No.
Why not?
That's just doing like the basic tree, but there's a lot of different Like, have you ever like done that?
4 pairs of pants and 20 t-shirts is not 10 million fucking outfits.
I don't make the rules.
Clearly you don't, because you my brain's about to fucking pop. How fucking wrong I know you are. Like, intuition, my intuition is going off right now. It's like, it's not 10 million. Because to the people listening and watching, it was like 1.0000000E15 on a calculator. And I know Google could clearly say 10 million if it wanted to, but it's a fucking lot. It's a fucking lot. And there's no way that's how that works. Whatever you're thinking of like passwords and shit. How many possible passwords can I have with 9 digits? 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, etc. It can't be the same with clothes.
Yeah, it can.
No. It can't. I can't have 10 million possible outfits, only counting pants and shirts. If you throw in my underwear, my socks, and my shoes, maybe. Maybe 1 million. There's no fucking way on earth. And that's not even counting socks being like on the opposite foot or like in a different batch. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's no way.
I'm just regurgitating. Why do we have 3 bottle caps?
I don't fucking know, dude.
Drinks.
Oh, that was dope. I had pre-gamed before. I was fucking like, Josh is gonna be on his bullshit today. I need a fucking extra dose.
And I brought it.
Show me the math, man. I'm dying. I'm on the edge of my seat. I don't understand it, and you're not explaining it. You're like, it's my mouth.
All I'm saying
10,000 E, dog. We're at 10,000 E uniforms.
My accounting professor was like, you have that many different permutations of clothing you can have.
What's a fucking permutation, asshole? I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what dialect you're speaking, douche knob. Elaborate. You're not doing a great job at educating. You're being a great job being a smart ass punk. Well, you see, the square factor root of the equivocal number of the astrological sign dictates that such.
So a permutation is a way, especially one of several possible variations, in which a set or number of things can be ordered or arranged.
Okay, let's start small for my stupid ass brain. 20 t-shirts, 1 pair of pants. Go.
I don't know how to calculate a permutation anymore.
20. It's 20 different possible outfits. I promise you, you're fucking this up. I have 1 t-shirt per pair of pants. I promise you need to multiply those 2 together to get the answer you're looking for. It's not fucking rolling over minutes on a cellular plan. Asshole, I know.
Yes, it is 20.
Okay.
I did the permutation. It is 20.
Okay.
So let's say you have 2.
Hold on there, bucko.
You buy a pair of pants.
I'm running the show here now.
Okay.
I buy a 2nd pair of pants.
Okay.
Now I have 2 pair of pants, 20 t-shirts. What's the permutation?
380.
No.
Yes.
There's no fucking way. I have 20.
Okay, well,
I don't wear 2 pants at the same time. No. That's where your math is fucking up.
No. I'm gonna explain it.
Yes. How do you talk that fast?
I'm gonna explain it right now. Okay, so
this is also the most our knees have ever touched in an episode.
So for every pair of pants, you have 20 shirts, correct?
Yes.
So that's 20.
So for every pair of pants, I have 20 outfits.
Times 20.
Not times 20. The shirts don't change, and I don't include the pants in the next outfit.
You're right. They're all separate entities. So it's the 20 times the 20 times the 20 is the possible amount of combinations.
Okay. I have a pair of black pants and 20 t-shirts of different colors. There's 20 possibilities.
Yes.
Why the fuck would that jump up to 380 for 1 pair of pants?
Well, it's counting 2.
I know. That's my point. So how can you say I'm wearing 2 pairs of pants at the same exact time?
You're not.
I'm making the conscious decision every day to not do that.
There's 2 options.
2 options. So for this option, I have 20 t-shirts to wear. So that's 20 different outfits. For this option, hey, 20 different t-shirts to wear.
I'm just doing what the math tells me.
And it's fucking wrong.
I don't know.
If anyone could explain this better than someone who has a fucking degree, I would love it.
I always say I've never earned my degree.
This is why math and science and school failed me. I'm going to stay up all night. I want to solve this. What the fuck is a permutation? Different outcomes, possible outcomes. What the fuck is a fermentation? No, not quite.
Permutation.
That's what I said. Mutation. What the fuck is a permutation? It's still... Way to go, Google. List are for list. Order matters. Order are for list. Parentheses, order matters. Meaning 1 pair of pants, 20 t-shirts. And combinations of groups. Order doesn't matter. A joke. Okay, I need to look up a better fucking... What are you talking about? What is this math equation? Can we... Oh my God. I don't want to spend so much time on this, but like I need to fucking answer this question so I can go to sleep at night.
It's n factorial.
No. Fuck the equation. What are you talking about?
Just combinations of different decisions you can make in a day.
Which is called...
Decision
making equation. Let's go.
That's not an equation.
Well, I asked you for the fucking term and you couldn't come up with anything. Making
This all stemmed from 35,000 decisions a day.
No, this all stemmed from you saying I have 380 different pairs of clothes at my house when I have roughly 20 t-shirts, 3 of them with holes, which would leave 17 without holes, probably. There's no way I would look a goddamn mathematician or scientist in their face and be like, how many different outfits can I wear? 'Cause that's not counting underwear or socks. That's just jeans and shirts.
I believe it.
You're not getting it. You're not. No. There's no way.
That's what the permutation says.
Fuck the permutation. That's wrong. If Alec has 20 Kit Kat bars and Alec eats 15 Kit Kat bars, aside from diabetes, what does Alec have left?
A broken soul?
Yeah, 5 Kit Kat bars. That's what the whole class was thinking, Joshua. Thank you for participating. Jesus fucking Christ. There's just no way. I don't care what the math says. That's wrong. And I don't want the equation. I want possible... How many possible outfits does a person have? One expert answered to begin solving, thinking of just the pants and the shirt. Each of the 4 I love this. Each of the 4 pairs of pants can be paired with one of the 5 t-shirts, giving you 4 times 5, 20 combinations.
880 possible combinations?
How?
Go fuck yourself.
How? It's way less close.
Well, that's using the combination, not the permutation.
Which is what I'm saying.
So the combination's saying that replacements are allowed. So like if you have a shirt, so with a permutation, one shirt, as soon as you put that one shirt in an equation, it's gone.
Slow down. One shirt equals one shirt.
Yes.
If I wear it, I cannot wear it again.
No, that combination can't happen again.
So if I do blue jeans, white shirt, no.
Yes. It's never going to appear again.
For at least a year. For at least fucking almost 3 years.
In a permutation. In a combination.
My shit appears once a week.
Yes. In a combination, that shirt can show back up.
Thus the 880.
Yeah, that's why it's more.
So there's 20 possible combinations if you limit it.
Well, then you're doing a permutation and you get less still.
But
380 versus 880.
But the one that leads to 20 combinations. That's what I'm talking about.
So why does it say there are 880 possible combinations?
I don't fucking know. It's a separate sentence. It came out of nowhere like your dumbass with those facts. Fun fact, that equals 880. 4 times 5 equals 880. Fun fucking fact. You could open a Target and sell 880 pairs of clothes.
It's not a separate sentence.
There's only 20 pairs of clothes.
How about you click on the fucking article, dickhead?
I like yelling.
We could read the paragraph.
What'd you say?
You could read the paragraph.
That's not what I thought you said.
What did you think I said?
I'm not allowed to say that. You throat whistles when you laugh.
If I laugh a certain way, yeah.
Okay. How many outfits are possible? Table of contents. No, I'm skipping that.
Just Control F 880.
That got caught in 4K, didn't it?
And
no, I'm not going to jump to your answer. We're taking the slow route.
Oh my god, we're going to be here forever.
Well, you couldn't do a good job explaining it, so now my dumbass has to answer the question.
You didn't do a good job of understanding it.
That's not my problem. I'm an idiot. I'm a fucking idiot, Josh.
Yeah, and I have a college degree.
Yeah, go run an economics business or whatever that's good for. How many outfits are possible? One expert answer to begin solving this is just think of pants and shirts. Done. Each of the 4 pairs of pants can be paired with one of 5 shirts, giving you 4 times 5 equals 20 combinations. Then it says...
There are 880 possible combinations.
I was getting there. Then it says how many outfits can be made from 4 shirts and 3 shorts. One expert answer, youth committed to inspiring and helping other youth. Don't know why that sentence got thrown in there. Since you have 4 choices of shirts, then 3 choices of shorts, then 2 choices of shoes. See, this is bullshit. I want to know a simple answer.
There is no simple answer.
And I was like, 4 shirts, 3 shorts. I'm on board. 2 pairs of shoes. That was not in the original equation. This is why word problems can suck my cock. How many different outfits? Okay, this is just not working.
I think we just have to accept.
No, we don't have to accept because it doesn't make sense. Can you find me a video on YouTube about it?
How to do a permutation? Sure.
No, I want a clothes example specifically. I want an example regarding outfits with simple math like 4 pairs of pants and 5 t-shirts. And I want them to explain why you can dress 800 different fucking times. Because the combinations can't be allotted in this formula because that means you could wear 4 pairs of pants at once. That means that opens the door to wearing 5 shirts at the same time. Is it possible? Sure. How many fucking people are gonna do that to be like, no, this is new drip?
That's just math, homie.
Fuck that math. That's not.
The formula for NCR is n factorial divided by r factorial times n minus r factorial.
Oh,
What is this? This is the
why did
formula
you just fucking tell me that, Josh? Why did you just fucking say so? That clears it all up.
to select r things out of n. And we would be asked to use this formula if we have to arrange r things out of n. I can assure
Killing
you
it.
that if you understand just these 2 formulae,
I don't.
you will never really understand permutations and combinations. There's only one thing you should understand well if you wish to master this topic, and that's counting.
Yeah, this shit.
Well,
This shit I'm on board with.
Permutations and combinations will be a walk in the park. Of course, the counting will not be as simple as counting on your fingers.
Fuck.
It's a little more advanced, but don't worry.
Sorry, buddy.
Counting is easy. Let's say we have 3 pens and 2 markers. Every item is distinct.
I'll allow
No
it.
2 items are the same. Here's your first question based on counting. In how many
5.
ways can we pick any 1 items from these 5?
How many ways? I don't know. You can pick it up with these fingers, these. What the fuck? You guys need to be way more specific on your fucking
Understand the
parameters.
question well. In how many ways can we pick any 1 item from 3 pens and 2 markers?
5 times.
In how many ways do you think we can do this?
5.
5. That makes no sense.
Look at it logically.
I'm
We
trying.
can either pick the first pen, we can call it P1, or the second pen, or maybe the third pen. Or maybe we pick a marker, the first one or the second one.
Fucking nerds.
We kept saying or. This, or this, or this, and so on. You can see that there are 5 ways in which we can pick any one item.
Yes.
Nailed it.
And how do we get a 5? 3 ways in which a pen can be picked, plus 2 ways in which a marker can be picked. 5 ways in all. This is the first rule
On
of
board?
counting.
Okay, but this is again going back to the point where you're not going to wear 20 t-shirts at one time.
We're getting to it.
Or,
Yeah, we are.
or always means
This
addition.
Indian lady's gonna help us out.
First pen.
Did you call it
or the
Indian
second
lady?
pen, or the third.
Indian.
3 ways in which a pen can
Be
be
better.
picked.
Okay.
And similarly, 2 ways in which a marker can be picked. Or always means addition. Now let me ask you another one.
Or does it?
In how many ways can we pick one pen and one marker? One pen and one marker.
1 plus 1.
Tell me what you think.
2 ways. No, wait.
So you got
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So 10
5,
so 10 ways.
6.
It's 10. Play the video.
You
It's
sure,
10.
you sure about that?
Play the video.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We have to pick a pen and a marker. In
the
how many
fuck did
ways
you
can
get
we pick a
10?
pen?
I did 2
We
times
pick
5.
either the first
Where did you get the 5?
I did 2 markers times
5 total?
5 total.
or the second or the third. Now, having
The
picked one pen,
fuck?
we need to pick a marker. Maybe after picking the first pen, we pick the first marker.
This math is so
Or maybe after
basic.
picking the
And here we
first
both
pen,
are
we pick the second
fucking it up
marker.
somehow.
So one way is P1M1 and another is P1M2. Or maybe we pick P2 and then M1 or P2 and M2. In all, we can see that there are 6 ways in which we can pick a pen
Pause.
and a marker.
That's the outfit example. If you have 3 shirts and 2 pairs of pants, there's only 6 possible combinations of outfit.
All right, well, we're going to finish this video and see what the lady has to say.
Let's
Which are the
fucking
6
go,
ways?
dog.
P1M1,
I'm going to speed
P1M2,
it up, though.
P2M1, P2M2, P3M1, and P3M2. And how did we
Nailed
get a
it.
6? 3 ways times 2 ways. Multiplication. And is another rule of counting. It always means multiplication.
Or
One
does
pen
it?
and one marker.
It does.
3 ways multiplied by 2 ways. 1 pen or 1 marker. 3 ways plus 2 ways. If you understand these 2 rules of counting, trust me, you will be able to solve most problems based on permutations and combinations. And this is nothing new. I'm sure you have used this many times in life. Look at this picture. How many circles do you see? I doubt you can
This is a trick question.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3,
24.
24.
count each circle. Instead of counting each circle, you would have noticed that there are 6 columns and 4 rows. Because it's and, the number of circles will be 6 multiplied by 4, 24 in all. Don't forget the 2 basic rules. And is multiplication or is addition. The topic of permutations and combinations is not liked by many students and maybe you as well.
I actually
So
really
we have
like
covered as many topics and examples as we can, and I can assure you that if you watch all our videos based on this topic, you will master the concepts. So take some time, go through our sessions, and you will realize how simple this topic is.
I would absolutely say that 100% confirms what I am saying.
But we're doing permutation.
Nope, we're doing that.
We're counting.
That's all fucking math is, right?
Okay, so you have...
You're saying, she said P1 plus M1. You're going P1 plus P2 plus M1.
Negative. So you have the 20 first options, yeah.
That proved my point. That video proved my point.
And then it branches out to 4.
It didn't branch out to 4.
But there's 4 different options you can have on the next step.
But it didn't say it's 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 like you said.
Well, then I'm just doing 4 times 4 the whole way down.
Which is not what you want to do because you're not going to double up on t-shirts.
You're not.
You are. Eventually you will.
I need a fucking pen and paper.
Get me a whiteboard, dog.
I have MS Paint. That's what we're doing.
I'd like to apologize in advance for the shitty content on this show produced today.
It's okay. Anything's better than last week where we just fucking scratched scratchers and...
You're actually fucking right.
Did Pokemon cards. Okay.
Just good old-fashioned us arguing again. Back to basics.
Up the thickness. So you have shirt 1, shirt 2,
shirt boomerang,
shirt 4,
shirt,
so on and so forth. So you got 1,
well,
2,
how many
3,
do we have?
4.
Chill. Hang on. Stop.
And this is pant.
You don't even
1,
have any parameters
pant
in here.
2, pant 3. So each one of these is a different combination.
Yes.
So then each one has 4 different pairs of pants you can pick from.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, 20 times.
No.
Why not?
Because you have shirt 1
with pant 1.
Or any of those.
And then shirt 1 with pant 2. Or shirt 1 with pant 3. And then shirt 1 with pant 4.
You're killing it, sweetie.
Or you can go with shirt 2 and pant 1. Shirt 2 and pant 2.
Uh-huh.
Notice how it's not or, it's and. So you're multiplying that.
No.
Why not?
Because they already exist.
Correct.
So you get shirt 1.
Yes.
To pant 4.
Yes. That's 4 different combinations.
Right? And then shirt 2.
Yes.
To pant 1 through 4.
Yes.
They're the same pants.
Yes.
So there's 8 combinations. Then...
That's 16.
1, 2, 4, 6, 8. How is that 16?
It's multiplying it.
Why are you multiplying it?
Because we're using and. We're not oring.
No, you have 1 shirt and 4 pairs of pants. 4 outfits.
Yes, that one, yes.
The second shirt, same 4 pairs of pants. 8 outfits. You're fucking multiplying 4 by 4, dog.
3. I need no...
I'm glad this is on the screen so people can see what fucking psychopath you're doing right now. Some psychopath shit.
That's a P. P4. I didn't do a P4 here.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then again, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Why did the lady lie to me?
13, 14, 15, 16.
In how many ways can we pick 1 pen and 1 marker?
I'm telling you.
1 pen and 1 marker. Tell me what you think.
Because it is just multiplication. You're not rolling over.
We have to pick a pen and a marker. In how many ways can we pick a pen? We pick either the first or the second or the third. Now, having picked 1 pen, we need to pick a marker.
So 3 shirts,
Maybe after
2
picking
pairs
the
of
first
pants.
Pen, we pick the first marker. Or maybe after picking the first pen, we pick the second marker. So one way is P1M1 and another is P1M2.
And that's how you got 6 and I
or
said
maybe
10
we
like a
pick
jackass.
P2 and M1 or P2
But
and
it's just
M2.
multiplying those
In all, we can
to see
that
the
there are 6
possible
ways in which we can
outcomes.
pick a pen and a marker.
I don't know where you say that equals 280 or whatever. I don't know where the fuck you get that from. If you're doing 6, 5 or whatever.
It's 80.
Why?
Because there's 4 20 times.
Why?
Because you're adding 4 20 times.
But you have 1 t-shirt for the same pair of pants, a second t-shirt for the same pairs of pants.
Okay, so
we're adding, not multiplying.
it's still going to be 80.
No, it shouldn't though.
Because you have 4 here and 4 here, yeah? And we both established that with shirt 2 and these 4 pairs of pants, that's 8 different ones with just 1 and 2, yes?
Yes.
4 plus 4. Do that 20 more times.
Why 20 more times?
Because you have 20 shirts.
Okay.
So if we go to S3...
This is the shit you guys need to fucking figure out. That you kept changing. I was talking about the fucking thing you have written down, not the 20 shirts I have. You keep pulling variables in and out.
We've always been at 20.
We're on 4 right now.
I can't fit 20 on the screen. Leave me alone.
Well, then only use the variables you have, motherfucker.
Yes.
Remember, label your shit is the most important thing. Label your units.
It goes down to 20. Leave me alone.
Nailed it. Fucking thanks. So we
Fuck
go
outta
20
here.
times 4. 80, yes. So I have 80 possible outfits. I will agree with that. I don't have 880.
No, multiply that by 11. You get
880.
Yes.
That's my point.
Yes.
Yes. No. unless I start doubling up T-shirts, which isn't the equation we're operating in, because as soon as one gets filled, it gets eliminated.
Yes.
What?
1.0995116 with 12 zeros behind it. It's 4 to the 20th power.
That's not 80. How stupid do you have to be to use a calculator to get dressed in the morning, Josh?
In case you want to figure out which different combination you could pick.
No one fucking cares. There's 80 possible.
Because you can assign each outfit a number and be like, oh, fucking, which one am I doing today? Outfit number 82. That's not an option.
Then I would... Missed it by this much.
I was so close.
That's why you want the 880, because you can't fucking miss with 880. 82. He said, nope. Just draws a dick and like, outfit 82. Nope. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
That's hard.
Do you understand why I'm fucking lost?
I'm on board.
So I want you to draw me a diagram. That was a fucking hard salute. I want you to draw me a diagram. I want it pictured. I want it printed out of all 880 possible combinations of your clothes.
I can work on that in my free time.
I would fucking love it.
Okay.
Really want you to see that. Want to see that.
I don't know where the 880 came from,
That's my point.
but I understand the permutation side.
I understand if you cascade or waterfall the numbers or whatever, you can make it equal that much. But when it comes to clothes, I wear one white t-shirt, one pair of black pants, and then I have to go to a different t-shirt to the same pants. That's it. It does get eliminated unless I start doubling up. Unless I start picking up 2 pens and 1 marker, there's only one way to do it. Because we're working on multiplying how many possible outfits and not how many fucking numbers.
How many different decisions do you think you make a day?
I made one really bad one today by showing up.
I'll drink to that.
I guess I like it.
It's not a bad
It's
beer.
not good. It's just okay.
It's there. I can cross that off my list.
Was that a fucking point?
Well, the decisions one was.
Wow, that spiraled so far. Did you? You get some mileage out of me, huh? Don't you?
I sure do.
You're like, how many decisions you make in a day? And we fucking go down that rabbit hole. And then watch how this cycle goes. Let's see Josh's return on all the stuff I gave him on his point. Josh, I saw a post on social media saying that if you're not mad, you're part of the problem.
Which platform was that on?
Twitter.
Oh, okay. I understand.
As if you had to guess.
Could have been Facebook.
My response to that is I am mad, and I am tired, and I am anxious, and I am antisocial, and I'm a lot of things.
So you're the problem.
Yes, I'm the problem.
What was it related to? Was there any context to it, or was it just like a picture?
It was a women's rights thing. It wasn't.
So probably about abortion.
It wasn't the abortion thing, but it was. It just said women's rights. It was.
So
It was probably getting there, yeah. But it wasn't like fuck Texas or anything like that.
right.
And I realized at one point, what we're left with is a generation of influencers bullying a generation of angry, anxious, antisocial justice warriors to do their dirty work of pushing an agenda.
I would argue that's always been around. It's just in a different format because social media makes it so easy for like anybody with a following to be called such an influencer. But I mean, back in the day, it's been like actors like fucking Shaquille O'Neal doing all these different commercials.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Wanting you to buy general, go to the general.
8677509, whatever.
And then fucking Pizza Hut. There was that Shaq pregnancy test that I think was fake.
A lot of Shaq.
He does a lot of shit. So I think it may just have taken a different form nowadays, and it's a lot more apparent. But like, Ronald Reagan used to be an actor, and he became the president.
Yeah, so same thing with...
So anyone who was like kind of substantial could get their point across. But I mean, I don't agree with saying if you're not mad, then you're part of the problem. But that also falls in complacency, and that's not a good thing, because you should never truly just be like happy with the way the world is. You should always try to find something at least wrong with it.
Well, clearly some people are happy because the law got passed, so that's what they wanted.
Well, sure, in the small scope of that one instance. But if you're like you're happy with how everything is on a total grand scale, then that's not a good thing.
Gotcha.
I don't think so.
2 minutes. I gave you 40 minutes of content, and you gave me 20 minutes, a 2-minute response.
You want to ask me any follow-up questions on anything I said? That's on you, Mr. Interviewer.
Nope.
I gave you quite a bit of different things to talk about, and if you're not asking me questions on the things I said...
Asking you questions? Okay, so...
Ask me a question.
Ask me something. So...
Why don't you agree with the being mad is part of the problem? Oh, thanks for asking. Personally, because it doesn't affect me, why should I really worry about it? But on the other hand, I would like to consider myself a women's rights ally. I'm an ally. Hello.
But you're not worried about it.
No, because it doesn't directly affect me. But if I were in a situation where it would affect me, whether it be with a partner or a close friend that needed a women's rights issue that was being trampled on, then I would probably take more care, go into more action, try to go different routes to achieve what would be needed to be achieved.
So are you part of the problem then?
Right now, no.
So is it fair to say you're excluding yourself because it doesn't affect you or anyone in your immediate circle?
Yes, I would say that's very fair. If it doesn't directly influence anything that would happen to you, you are not expelled, but you're excused from it.
Excused is the right word.
Yes.
Expelled from... I got another one. Sounds taking the interviewer stance now. But that's interesting. I want to keep talking about this, right? Because this is like a big picture kind of deal.
Right.
I don't like when people assert stuff like that. If you're not mad, if you don't feel the way I feel or think the way I think, you're part of the problem. That's divisive in nature. Mm-hmm. That's saying if you're not Democrat, I hate you because you're Republican. That's I don't know if it's a tactic or what it is, but it's saying I'm here, and if you're not with me, you're against me. It's a tool. Oh, did you? No, almost. I don't think that's a good way to start a conversation for important debates or legislation. It's
used as a tool because nowadays, especially fucking in recent times, in like the last 10 years or so, division is so powerful. Because if you can have everybody on your side, then you're super strong. Safety in numbers.
Power of the number.
But if you have people who are spread across we did the fucking political compass. If we have everybody spread across that line, then you have more people who can go either way.
But isn't it better to at some point accept that I'm over here, you're over there, and then say, where do we meet between? What can we do for your side? What can we do for my side? And how do we get along? Because it seems like the climate right now...
It's polarized. ...is
very polarizing. And it's almost a cultural polarizing to where it's like people think they have to be 100% in or you're 100% out. Wouldn't it be better to be like, I support abortion, and then have someone be like, hey, I don't support abortion. Can we talk about it? Instead, it's, I'm right, fuck you. You're wrong, fuck you. Mm-hmm. Why does that happen? Why is it over stuff? Why is it over laws such as abortion and other just rights?
I mean, there's also the whole, it's wrong because there's the religious aspect, there's the
people who
taking the life aspect, it's murder.
People who are religious could still get aborted, who still probably do get abortions,
Sure.
and people who aren't religious don't care what the religious aspect is because that's not the reason for or not for getting or not getting said abortion.
A lot of the times people like to be told what to do. Well, I truly believe that.
Shut up, let me talk. I'm kidding.
Exactly. people say they don't like to be controlled or like told what to do, but people fucking love to be told what to do as long as like their freedoms aren't being trounced.
Why do they love it?
It gives them that sense of belonging. Like if I guarantee you.
Here we go.
I fucking guarantee you, if Donald Trump told the silent majority to be like, hey, go flip that car over there, they're going to do it. Mm-hmm. Just because they were told to do it by someone that they trust and believe.
You don't think that person probably just needs something going on in their life and they're like, well, that seems like fun.
It's more or less the aspect of, I believe in this person, I trust them, they're telling me to do it, I'm going to fucking do it. So
is it mob mentality then, or is it just someone who is unable to make decisions for themselves?
They're able to make decisions for themselves. It's more, I wouldn't say it's too mobby, but there is the aspect of the mobness.
Where does that line get drawn though? Because that's a good point, right? If people love being told what to do, why do they love being told what to do? And I know I just asked that, but on top of it, do they do what they're told because they get some sort of reward or acknowledgement or accolade?
It's the acknowledgement. You not just anybody can tell someone what to do. They'll be like, "Who the fuck are you to tell me why?" Mm-hmm. That's why it has to be someone you trust. And if you don't trust that person, like if a random dude were to come up to you on the street and be like, "Hey, lick my shoe," and you're gonna be like, "No, dude, fuck you. Like, why?" Mm-hmm. But if it was like, if I was like, "Hey, lick my shoe," like I really need you to lick my shoe, you might be like, "Okay, maybe." Like,
well, if there's a camera recording, it might be a bit. But
I'll think about it.
Yeah. That being said, do you think people wake up and they're like, I fucking trust this Twitter user, Amelia?
Yeah, I mean, based on like shared views and values, you can trust that person. Just that screen name at that point, unless you like know them in real life and you're like, they're really about it. Mm-hmm.
But that's also
because you
a brick wall too.
To
right?
a degree, yes, but also to a degree, you can trust these anonymous people online because
as long as they share that view or core value,
because it's something that you can align yourself with too. Mm-hmm. So you're like, okay, it's safe.
Mm-hmm. Then is it really someone telling you what to do or someone reaffirming what you believe?
Both. It's a confirmation bias. Mm. That's a word I learned like last Tuesday.
What is it?
That's a good idea. That's a good.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
That's a good.
Josh, look up that word for me.
That's a good fucking question. Confirmation bias is the tendency to interpret new evidence as confirmation of one's existing beliefs or theories,
but not necessarily proving theories or beliefs.
No. So it's like when you see we were talking about it in marketing. My teacher goes on Reddit all the time and just like sinks hours of his day when he's trying to look for like marketing shit to teach us in class. And whenever he's big on vaccines and masks and whatnot. And so whenever he sees like someone or like a group of people passed away from COVID related things and they didn't have a vaccine, they were like anti-maskers, a little part of him is like, yes.
Do you think
fuck those people? Do
you think teachers should be able to express political views in the classroom?
I wouldn't say that's a political view.
I would.
Why? How is
it's a polarizing topic in our political environment?
But wearing a mask isn't political. It's been politicized. It shouldn't be political.
Let me say this then. I don't think it's political either, but I think it is politicized.
Yes.
I think if someone says wear a mask for health and safety, I wear a mask for health and safety.
Right.
But there are people who go, fuck you, no. So can we at least agree, in a sense, it is politicized?
It is politicized when it really shouldn't be.
So to express support or... What's the opposite of support? Support, Anton? I got this one. Hang on.
That's a good fucking question. I don't know. What's the antonym of support? Opulate?
Opposition, oppose.
Oh,
I should have known that one.
yeah. I don't have many ops.
No ops. Should they be able to show support or opposition? Yeah, that is kind of the perfect word for that. For wearing masks in the classroom if it is politicized, because it is politicized. So should that teacher be able to express explicitly their said political views on that topic?
But it's not a political view. Just because it's politicized doesn't make it a political view.
Okay, then let's strip all that away. If a teacher goes, vote for Trump, should they be able to do that?
In college, in a public college or private,
Any
yes.
educator. I'm saying any educator.
No, but I think at certain degrees of education, it should be okay. Like, in your senior government class, sure. And anything before that, no. In any college course where you're an adult and can make your own decisions and are able to vote, yes.
I do like that the college course in high school maybe, because
You're learning
there's
about
no way around it.
You're learning about the government and how it works your senior year.
But do you think the teacher should be able to say, you should vote Democrat this year because I'm voting Democrat this year, and I think the Republican president in office right now is a dumbass?
If it's based on just
Or should they
solely
or
that,
should they just say this is how the system works?
it should be more objective, but everyone's going to put their own bias into it. Whether it's right or wrong,
Because I feel
it's
like
not for me to say.
I feel like people should try very hard to be, at least in education, very objective. And I've met many a teacher who are not objective. They go, this is what I believe. This is what you should believe. This is what you should do to fix this. Or this is what you should do to support this. Or to oppose this. Or adjectives and verbs.
Yep.
And one, I always in the back of my head think, will it affect my grade if I don't align with their views? And it shouldn't. It shouldn't be
Shouldn't matter.
it shouldn't be a factor. And two, I think, wow, maybe you should just do your job instead of talking about your beliefs. Because you're essentially preaching. You're essentially taking this class of 40 or 80 or 200 students and going, here's my sermon. Let me speak passionately about a topic and see if I could change your mind.
I think it depends on how often they talk about it.
A
and
lot.
For how long.
A lot.
If it's done
I'm
like...
sure you've had teachers who fucking rant.
No.
No? Never?
No.
Just me.
It's always been a one-off thing.
Fuck me, dude.
And they're like, that's the one for the semester. I'm sorry, guys.
That,
And
I mean,
they also end it like...
if they sum it up like that, I'm like, yeah, okay,
and they,
fucking whatever.
And they always end it like, that's just how I think. You don't have to follow that.
I feel like I've been on the opposite side of that pool where it's like my teacher's like, I think if you don't vote, I had a teacher one time. It actually was just as soon as I signed up for financial aid and all the bog waivers. He's looking around the classroom. He's like, some of you don't even belong here because you can't afford it. And he looks right at me. And I'm like, does he know that I signed up for financial aid and all this shit? And then he looks at someone else and he goes, and you barely have a passing grade. And then he looks back at me. And I'm like, this motherfucker, like, somehow knows that I've signed up for financial aid, or he's just eyeballing suspicious looking students. Either way, talking shit, being like, I don't think financial aid should be a thing, especially for community college, because this college is so affordable.
Meanwhile, 66% of students apply for federal financial aid.
Meanwhile, at the time, presently, I still can't fucking afford a class at that college.
$40 a unit.
But dude still had the balls to be like, I don't think you belong here, because if you can't afford it, the government shouldn't have to help you out because those are where my tax dollars are going, and I don't want to help you.
Your tax dollars went to it too.
I know. That's not the point.
It's like you're paying for it.
That's not the point is...
I know. It's just it's a defense.
I felt singled out. Like, this motherfucker knew everything about me. And then was... That is a pretty common topic, though. People go, I don't want my tax dollars going to that. Tough titties. Tough fucking titties.
Do you want me to give you an explanation for that?
I just kind of want to hug. Go ahead.
I'm not going to give you that right now.
Okay.
But the reason it's a communication tactic is if you're up in front of a group of people talking and you're making eye contact, the ones that maintain the eye contact are the ones you're going to go back to. It's a communication tactic. It makes you feel comfortable.
Do you think he was like, some of you don't belong here? You make me feel good about this.
You're reassuring what he's saying and making him...
So he got a big raging Republican heart on.
No, he's just felt comfortable looking at you. Because you were maintaining the eye contact. Did you look away?
Mm-mm. You know me, dude. I fucking... I lock in.
Yeah.
I look into your soul.
Yes. So he wasn't singling you out. He established you as one of his go-tos.
So he was like, this motherfucker agrees with me. Watch this.
Not necessarily agrees, but you've taken public speaking class, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of...
I would have aced both of them if... never mind.
It's kind of like a nerve-wracking thing. You have any cute girls in that class?
I would have aced both of them, but I had to go to Utah because my grandma died.
Okay, did you have any cute girls in the class?
A bunch, yeah.
Did you look at them and make eye contact during your speeches?
Never.
Who did you look at when you did your speeches?
There was a guy named... He was in one of my groups. I looked at the people I did know.
Okay.
That were in my groups. But they were luckily scattered around the class, so it looked like I was making eye contact with a bunch of people.
And did they maintain the eye contact?
Yeah. But only because they knew me.
Okay.
And I never looked at any of the girls. So I never looked at anyone else except for those 3 dudes in the class.
Whenever I make a speech, I tend to look at... I look at every single person. I look at every single head. I don't do that. I look at...
Hey, baby. I'm going to give a speech.
I look at every single head. And if I notice that people are keeping eye contact for a little bit, I'm going to keep going on and I'll go back. Because I know either they're interested in what I have to say or they're just being polite.
Or they're silently judging you.
Or they're silently judging me. But I'll never know. I'm going to think those 2 before I think of that one. Because that's 66%. That's the majority.
I always go, they're silently judging me.
That's not a good...
I can hear their thoughts.
It's not a good mentality.
No, it's not.
So
my fucking thing keeps popping up. I get it.
What?
Oh, my penis keeps popping up. Okay. No,
because if you have that like sense of familiarity, the sense of like comfortability, comfortability. I said what I said. I meant it.
I refuse to take this back.
You're just gonna go back to them. It's easy.
You really derailed
They're
me.
engaged.
You really derailed me.
Good.
I don't think teachers should do that. And I don't think that staring me down helped. Maybe I inadvertently gave him confidence or made him believe that I was locked in.
It's just a communication tactic.
I thought about getting up and walking out, though. Because I thought this motherfucker was going to fail me.
He wasn't.
I didn't know that. I don't know what's going on.
That's your anxiety speaking.
Sure. I didn't know that, though. And all that's going on in my head. And he's like, you don't deserve to be here. You have a C-. You're barely passing, and I'm paying your fucking tuition? Burn in hell. That's how it felt.
I can guarantee that wasn't how he felt.
Well, that's how I felt. And it wasn't very pleasant.
I mean, that is how he felt, but not about you.
Because he didn't know that I... Look, at the end of the day, he was... he's bashing people signed up for
that's
financial aid.
Yeah, 66% of college students are on financial aid.
So 66% of the students in there probably were thinking, oh shit, this guy's just an asshole.
No, I agree. I think he's an asshole too. That's pretty fucked up, but
on top of that, he's like eyeing me down. Regardless, let's even just remove the eyeing me down thing. This dude's ranting about what he thinks is right and what he thinks is wrong and how much we should be able to afford so we save him money on his taxes.
Taxes are going to be the same regardless.
That's my fucking point. It's just where and that's my fucking point. It's like, I know this, and I suck ass at math. I'm not trying to be a fucking whiz at math. I'm not a very smart man. But sometimes it is a little more intuitive than it is arithmetic, you know? Does it seem right? Does it feel right? Should you? And just because you can doesn't mean you should, kind of thing. No, you shouldn't sit up in front of 60 students and be like, most of you don't belong here because you got financial aid.
I saw deers leaving campus, and I thought, like, I could swerve off of the road and hit them. Just because I can doesn't mean I should.
Exactly. Thanks.
That's also the most beautiful thing I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Deers?
Yeah, there's like 4 of them.
They're pretty majestic.
And my first thought was go.
Did they have antlers?
One of them did, yeah.
Yeah, so that was the buck, and then the rest of them were the does or the children.
Yes.
That's awesome. There was this one time, I'm going to just fucking complete sidebar. I feel like I got my point across.
You did.
Complete sidebar, I was camping with my family in June Lake, and me and David took a shower in the morning. Not together, but...
It doesn't matter.
Too late, you're thinking it. And we stopped at the like convenience store or whatever. We got like a 6-pack. We were drinking some Pacifico. We shower, we head back, and we see a deer right by our campsite, right on the other side of the trailer.
Throw a rock at it.
We both had the same thought of throwing a rock at it. But David was like, you know what? Let's take one step closer to that deer. Let's just see what happens. And I was like, we're going to scare it away. And he's like, well, then it runs away. But like, I don't know why. I want to see what happens. And we took one step. And as soon as the leaves crunched under our feet, 6 other deer stood up. And we were like, what the fuck? And then we took a step back. And the rest of the deer stood up. And we were surrounded by deer at this campsite. They were all laying down behind bushes, chilling out, staying cool, whatever. The one deer was probably the lookout, but David was like, let's take a step. And it was, whoosh, and we take a step back, whoosh, and we just froze. We're like surrounded by deer. And then they all just kind of like walk away from us slowly. And it was the most majestic I've ever felt. I was like, yo, that is like so cool. First of all, that idea of like, let's just take one more step towards it made that entire event unfold. And it was magical. Granted, I had like 3 Pacificos in my system at 8 in the morning. But dude, they're majestic. I don't know. Go ahead. Whatever you're going to say.
If you ever get the chance to go to Japan, you should visit Nara Park. It's a...
Deer Park.
Yeah. It's where 1,200 free-roaming deer, they're protected by law. Mm-hmm. Have no natural predators there. So they approach people. Nice. And you can just pet them, hang out, feed them.
I'd love that.
Sit with some deer.
Yeah, man. That's the thing, right? It's like those deer wouldn't really last out here in California because some asshole would fucking shank it and eat it. But
they also have a cat island, yes.
Cat Island? I would not want to go there. Fuck Cat Island.
No, they're super cool.
I like cats now. Because my roommate's cat is like a really good cat. But the smell of cats will never be an okay thing to me.
They
Sorry.
clean themselves. If they live outside,
they still smell like shit.
Nah.
What the fuck? You could see what fucking genetics took over on that island.
The tabby.
Ginger cunts.
The tabby.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just fucking cats everywhere on this goddamn island in Japan.
It's nuts. Isn't there the movie The Isle of Dogs? Is that real?
I don't think so.
Just cats. Cat Island?
Yeah, that movie's weird though.
Pussyland?
It's called Owl Island.
Dude, they all have the same coat. That is interesting to see what genetic took over. Some Galapagos shit. Nice.
Cat nuts.
It's so funny because you never see them. But when you do, you're like, damn. Those are some pretty big balls for a cat. Anyone listening, all these cats are just orange, and it's not what
tabbies.
It's not what I imagined. Well, my roommate's cat's a tabby, and it's like black and gray.
Orange tabby.
All right. Well, that's my fucking point. So, I'm trying to illustrate it.
Fox Island?
Fox Island, that'd be a place I'd go. I'd go to Fox Island way before I go to Cat Island.
There's all dash dancing.
Don't. I just think they'd be like laughing and giggling and want belly rubs, and they're like dogs. I'd go to Fox Island in a heartbeat.
Miyago Zao Fox Village.
Does look really dirty though.
Also known as Kitsune Mura, is a tourist
Kitsune
attraction.
cable net cardigan from Bragg and Bow.
What?
Shut up.
And not a sanctuary for foxes in Shiroishi, Miyagi, Japan. And they're red foxes too, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. No snow foxes.
Nah. The zoo has been dubbed the cutest place on earth.
I don't doubt that. I love foxes. They're just like tiny dogs.
They're basically coyotes.
Yeah, they're kind of like Shibas
cats.
almost in my mind, like personality wise. Oh no, they're huskies personality wise. They always like. You seen the video that the fox laying down and laughing?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I love that video.
That's exactly what I imagine a fox to be like.
You know what I imagine when I
Look at
hear
me
of
all
a fox?
fucking anxious and shit. What does the fox say? Aww.
That's what I think about when I hear foxes. Play that back one more time.
There's so many screaming videos on the internet.
Because loud equals funny.
Random equals funny.
Nah. Random does not equal funny. But loud equals funny.
It's true.
Capybara sanctuaries?
Damn, capybara. That sounds like a resort.
You know what a capybara is, right?
Yeah, they're like dogs, but with like otters.
They're the world's biggest rodent.
Yeah.
They're rats.
Yeah.
They're actually super friendly.
They chill with alligators and shit. It has no predators. Could you imagine being the chillest rat?
No.
You're like, this dude's a killer. This dude's a killer. This dude's a giraffe. I can hang out with all of them at the same time.
They're just really friendly guys.
Just brings that chill vibe.
Make friends with everybody.
The last thing I think I have that would be topic noteworthy is the I have it written down kind of shittily, but I'll just read it.
Read it as you wrote it.
Skydiving, fear of falling. Shouting fire in a crowded theater. How much do you think the government loses when an elder person dies? Because
Is that all one thought, or is that...
it is. It's the idea of the mask mandate.
I'm sorry, what?
You can't connect those dots, motherfucker.
Skydiving, fear of falling, fire in a movie theater, old people dying, and the government losing money. What does that have to do with masks?
Okay. So, if we have the mask mandate,
Yes.
most old people are affected by corona and they die.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you think there's a monetary gain to keeping elder people protected from COVID-19? Or do you think that it is strictly just...
If anything, the government loses money with old people because they paid all those services, and then they just get that money back. So the government's like losing all those taxes because it gets distributed back to old people.
Okay. And then...
I'm just wondering how that ties into fires in a movie theater.
Because you're not allowed to shout fire in a crowded movie theater because it endangers people around you.
Yeah.
So it's the same principle that you should wear a mask because you can endanger people around you.
You can still yell through a mask.
I think you're conflating the two. Actually, you are conflating the two.
No, bring it to skydiving.
No, I want to make sure you get the fucking point
I
first.
understand. I get it. Now bring it to skydiving.
Skydiving, fear of falling, is people have a fear of falling, but they still go skydiving. But the debate about like wearing a mask, shouting out in public, and wearing a mask in public is as threatening as life-threatening as falling from a building would be.
Is this one of your high thoughts?
Yep.
Okay, I can tell. Okay. So, yes,
Do you see the vision now, Dr. Josh?
Yeah, it's an all pieced together. As soon as you said skydiving, fear of falling, fire in a movie theater, and old people dying, and then masks, I got thrown for a loop.
I only wrote it like that because I had this tangent of the fear of falling while skydiving.
No, I 100% understand.
It's just the order I thought it in.
I understand that completely. You threw the masks in there, and I got lost.
Okay.
I have a fear of heights. It's not like terrible.
Mm-hmm.
My hands just get sweaty.
But you don't have a fear of dying.
No, I welcome death.
This is my point exactly.
But I'm afraid not of extreme heights. Like I can look out of an airplane window and be like, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I go up 10 feet and I look over the edge, I'm like,
This is my point again. The fear of falling is very prominent.
But I wouldn't jump out of a plane. But I would still go skydiving.
Not saying you would, but you don't mind the idea of death.
No.
So there's something inherently inside of your body going, stay the fuck away from that ledge. Almost instinctual.
10 feet up, but yeah.
Doesn't matter. There's something in your body going, do not do that. In an airplane, you can't jump off of an airplane.
Yeah,
out
you
of
can.
Not at a Southwest flight.
D.B. Cooper did.
Okay. But it just kind of all spiraled like that in my head. And it was like the skydiving, fear of falling. People can be afraid of death. But people can be afraid of falling, but not afraid of death. People can be afraid of death, but not afraid of falling. And those are a weird hybrid to say, I don't mind death. I'm not afraid of death, but I am scared of heights. The same way you could go, I'm not scared of death, but I don't want to wear a mask. Same way you can go, I don't want to wear a mask because it's not going to affect me. The same way you can go, I don't want to yell at this movie theater because if everyone starts to stampede out of here and someone gets injured, it's on me. The same way you can not wear a mask, give someone you never met COVID and end up infecting them and killing someone. Like, let's be honest, like some people who have died from COVID died from interacting with someone
That's how it works.
who had COVID.
Transmission.
And it's just weird that they go, hey guys, can we stop screaming fire in this crowded movie theater? If you just wore a mask, like, it'd help. And people go, nah, either fuck them or it doesn't affect me or it doesn't bother me or it doesn't scare me.
Well,
it's not about that person. It's about the theater.
In a pre-COVID world, have you ever been in a movie theater where people were coughing and sneezing?
Yep.
Did you get sick from that?
Nope.
It's kind of like the same thing because those people could have still had the flu or the cold or some other sort of virus and didn't get to you.
Sure. There's also movie theaters where people went in with AK-47s and killed a bunch of people that I wasn't in. And it never got to me.
That's different.
But I still have the fucking fear of death.
Sure.
So that is the focal point.
You're fully vaccinated, correct?
Indeed.
So why are you afraid of COVID?
Because it's not a 100% guarantee that you don't contract COVID.
You're right, but there's also a significant drop in drasticness of your case with it. That's been proven.
I guess I just still have anxiety about shit. Sorry.
Listen, follow
just
the numbers.
not normal.
Follow,
I can't.
Follow the 880 different combinations you can have of outfits.
See, this is where it fucking splits between you and me. My intuition goes, still gonna possibly contract it. Maybe I won't die, but I still don't want to get it because in my head, if I get it and I survive, that's great. But if I go out and give it to someone's grandma, someone's auntie,
fuck their grandma.
See, I don't have that mentality. I'm like, damn, I wonder how many people I might have killed if I was vaccinated, had the virus on my hand, didn't contract the virus, shook someone else's hand, and then that person's grandma.
To be fair, you shouldn't
died.
be shaking anybody's hand right now in this post-COVID world.
It's
not post, but during.
It's more of a reflex.
Hey, what's up?
See? He wanted to shake my hand.
I did that to make a joke. Wow, you betrayed me. No, you don't get nothing now.
Fine.
It's only okay for me to do it to you.
Okay. Everything else I got is
Live a
just live a little
Live a little.
by trying not to die.
Don't be afraid so much.
Why didn't I think of that? You're so right.
All you gotta do is try. If they can,
My anxiety's gone. Thanks, Josh.
If they can give my brother a surgery to clip a nerve in his neck so he stops sweating as much, I'm sure there's something that they can do for you so you're not afraid of death all the time walking down the street.
Drugs. They just give me drugs, Josh. I don't want to do any more drugs.
Why not? They could be super cool.
They are pretty cool for a little bit, but then it gets really scary because, like, I'm just high and I'm still really scared and anxious, and that's not cool because it just amplifies the fear. Imagine seeing the boogeyman and then taking drugs, and then you're just in hell with demons. It's like, and then you hear voices, and then the devil fucks you in the butthole.
I don't have a boogeyman. I have a kukui.
Bless you.
So that's mine.
God bless you.
Same idea, different concept.
I'm going to read this because it's a long one and I haven't read it yet. The problem is with people and viruses, your mere existence is a liability. Oh, that's true. You represent a potential transmission agent. The masks not only exist to limit spread, but to give people a peace of mind. It literally visual reducing the sense of threat. Yeah, like airport security.
Like target security.
Like, yeah, I get that. But that's what I'm saying is, like, that's my fucking point. Like, you wouldn't jump out of a plane without a parachute, but you jump out of a
Try
plane.
me. If I'm wearing a wingsuit, I'll do it.
But you jump out of a plane. Those have parachutes, dumbass. And
Mine's taken out.
then you're just
glide.
You're just wearing wings.
I'm gonna glide.
Not if it's the wings I'm imagining.
It's like the squirrel suit.
Whatever.
The fuck wingsuit are you imagining? Like the Falcon?
Like fairy wings.
Yeah, like the Falcon.
Like the shitty like Halo with the Halloween costume.
Victoria's Secret Angel?
My point being, if you're right, and I agree with you, and I think you're right, but I do also think it is like this airport security where it's like, no, nothing more than an ounce because it's could be a bomb. It does make people feel secure. But imagine now if someone was just like, that's offending my rights, let me take this on the plane anyway. And they're like, all right, I guess there's no law against it. There's nothing we can do to stop you. That is then actively threatening someone's safety because people who are immune compromised or people who are in the age bracket of high susceptibility for hospitalized cases, there's now people running around being like, I'm not going to put on a fucking mask because you need to get protected. Fuck you. Let me have this. Adrenaline addictions that oversee the fear. Just look at the Russian parkour and literally die inside. Shit. Anything Russian is way extreme. Parkour! That's just falling.
But they're doing it very high up.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the people on cranes. That makes my feet tight, makes my hands tight.
But you're not afraid of death.
No.
But you're afraid of heights.
Yes.
Because falling would lead to death.
Most likely. But
that's a paradox for me.
So that's not an extreme height for me. That's like 100 feet.
That's an extreme height for fucking anyone, dude. If you fall, you're dead.
Nah, an extreme height is like in
Damn,
an
that was
airplane.
fucking badass, actually.
Extreme heights are like airplanes. Like 3,000 feet. This is like 100 feet up. That's not an extreme height to me.
But you just said your butthole tightened up.
I said my feet and my hands.
It's relative to your butthole.
That's like in the middle of me of those
Everything's
2
a
points.
50 butthole. Just looks like a grasshopper, like with a missing wing. Oh, it's still got the sped up shit. I was like, why are these guys going so fucking fast, dog? Russians are just like, meth!
But yeah, the shit like the people do on cranes and stuff, like fuck that.
So the cranes are where you
That's
draw
in
the line.
Greece. I know
That's
that.
beautiful. I'd love to go to Greece, all the white.
Fun. Do you want to know why everything's white in Greece?
Yeah. Eggshell, right?
No.
Or egg whites.
Nope. It was.
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is.
It was mandated by the government in the 60s or 80s that everything be painted with limestone to prevent disease. So that's why everything's white and blue. It's all limestone.
I'm a big fan. I love the aesthetic. It's also the house I drive by on PCH, my dream house. Same kind of style.
Now, like that's just one gust of wind and you're falling.
So does that make your feet tight?
Yeah.
Why? But that's do you understand what I'm saying? That's a paradox for me. You're not afraid to die, but you're afraid of heights because you know if you fell,
okay.
you'd die.
I wouldn't go up there myself. I wouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. So if I'm in an airplane and it gets sliced in half, and the portion I'm sitting in it's like, well, not in half, but like cut right in the row in front of me, cut right behind me, and I'm just falling down. But the plane fuses back together because I don't want anyone else to get hurt.
So you mean just falling?
If I get ejected through the bottom of the airplane,
There's more efficient ways to do that, homie.
cut the plane and someone welds it right there, right then and there. The fucking person next to me is the welder. I didn't question it when I sat down next to him. He's wearing all the gear already.
Just fly Malaysia Airlines.
That's fucked up. Too soon.
Too soon?
Yep.
All right.
And I'm just falling. I'm like, okay, well, there's
Wile E. Coyote.
nothing I can do. 3,000 feet, I'm going to hang out. Terminal velocity, woo, let's go. But if I'm up there, I can control that situation. And I would never do that.
So anything you're in control of.
Yeah. Jumping out of a plane, controlled. Going up to a crane and walking on top of it with no safety gear,
Jumping off of a crane.
that's uncontrolled.
You got a parachute. You got safety gear.
If I have a parachute, I'll do it.
Yeah, it is.
3 days.
Happy birthday.
Best holiday.
Just in time to leave Afghanistan. Damn.
My whole life is paradoxical, man. Okay, leave me alone.
I'm not trying to bash
I didn't say you were.
your shit. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense. And that's what the note written down was. It's like, it feels like everyone's like, hey, let's be American and support America and then do something that gets Americans killed. It's like one of those fucking things. You're like, dude, do you not see the bigger picture here?
Jesus didn't have to wear a mask. Why should I? Brought it back to religion.
That's my point. Is like, why do those become the arguments? Like, let's just agree that we don't agree and find out a happy middle ground.
Fuck you, you're wrong, pay me.
Fuck you, pay me. Look, sometimes that is the case. Sometimes that is the deal. But
Most times.
for the most part, you'd figure most people would be like, you know what? All right, what do you propose? Like negotiating, by the way, I got some questions to ask about that. But when we were negotiating, I was like, you got to do this for this. And you're like, no, that was fun. Because it's like
the segment of the show where we were muted so you guys
like
couldn't
30
hear
minutes.
Hear it. Yes.
And I was like, do this for this. And you're like, no. And I was like, why not? And you're like, it's not worth it. And I was like, you know what? That's fair. What is worth it? And then we ended up chugging a beer. And that was worth it. That was a fair trade.
Goes hand 9/11 might not even have happened. We could have all just been tripping on some LSD at the same time. That's why they put fluoride in the water. Boom.
Based.
I solved it. 9/11 was a hologram.
Based.
9/11 was a fluoride overdose.
Well, I heard they did 9/11 to cover up the people. The crazy thing is they always forget that
The insurance policy that was taken on the building
The
that
in-
specifically covered terrorist attacks? Oh, yeah.
The insurance policy, and then mainly that the Pentagon was also crashed into.
Like, no camera footage of it happening? Okay.
Yeah, with the exact specific part of it dealing with finances of war. And then
How convenient.
And then we went to war with Afghanistan for the exact amount and withdrew it this year for the exact amount of money that was misplaced during that terrorist attack.
And
That's what blows my mind.
Nobody cares about the plane that landed in the field.
Well, one of them got shot down, I thought, right? Or
No. The people on the plane took it down. They fought back.
that's the plane you want to be on.
2 were successful, and 1 was thwarted.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Well, I
But-
guess 4 planes, because 2 hit the Twin Towers.
Yeah. 2 towers, one Pentagon, and then
the one that was going to the White House.
Yeah, that
People took over that one.
yeah.
They fought
That
back.
one would have got shot down anyway. I feel like the one thing that has good security, like they have anti-air missiles in the White House lawn somewhere for sure.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
That'd be insane. Could you imagine if the White House got hit by a plane? That'd be bigger. That'd be way bigger.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Well, I mean, you have to figure out which part of the White House the president is in. It's a big house.
Get a big plane.
It's a big house. You know how many square foot do you think the White House is?
I know that it's huge, and I know there's an underground, and I know there's like 3 secret entrances around it. I'm just saying,
I just want you to throw me a
big
number.
plane, 20,000 square feet.
20,000 square feet. Let's see if we can Google that, if that's public information.
It's definitely not. They're like, it's 5,000 square feet. Wink. Not counting the bully out.
55,000. The ground floor, state floor, and residence floors of the White House are approximately 55,000 square feet. This number does not include the west or east wings. So that's a big-ass mansion.
That's what I'm saying. They have to have a whole missile defense system in the White House. It wouldn't make sense if they didn't. Like, the White House is like the one thing you'd want to protect. In my mind, like, it's like if Russia launched a nuke and they shot the White House in a few major cities, like, you'd want the White House to be in one piece. Yeah, and that's my point. I know they have a ton of fucking underground tunnels all over the fucking state.
Then why hasn't a crackhead found them?
Capitol Police. You know, Capitol Police is way above the standards of normal police.
Then why did fucking January 6th happen?
Just spitballing here, but it happens once a year.
You're the worst. The Capitol riots. If Capitol Police is that good.
There's 3 people on duty. You know what's funny, though, is they said they intercepted messages of it going to happen, and they didn't take action. So that's...
But if somebody says on Twitter, man, I hope someone calls in a bomb threat on this AP test so I don't have to take it, and they showed up to your house.
Well, that's the thing. College students are more dangerous.
That was high school. You don't take AP classes in college.
Well, if you're an AP high school student, chances are you're going to college.
Sure, but not yet.
Sure, but when you do,
Not the point.
you want to know how to make a pipe bomb?
The Anarchist Cookbook. Nick had a copy of it. A physical copy.
Yep.
I don't know where it is. I would love to find it. If he still has it.
There's a Hulu special on it right now.
Yeah, I want the physical book.
It's like handwritten. You're like, what the fuck?
Because it's one of the few banned books like in the world. Like that's banned everywhere.
Anarchist?
Yeah, the Anarchist Cookbook. Pretty sure you just get on the list if you Google it. Too late.
Is it illegal to buy? It is not illegal for Americans who are not incarcerated to possess the book. There you go. It is not illegal to have.
It's not illegal for me to own a butterfly knife in the state of California in my own home, but as soon as I take it outside my house, I can be arrested for it.
Yeah, you could also own the book you just said you can't own.
It's a banned book.
It says it's not banned in the United States unless you've been incarcerated.
That's banned.
You haven't been incarcerated, and that's all. We need to leave that
You
out.
don't know that.
You got a secret past I don't know about?
Maybe. We all do.
Remember when bomb threats were super popular in the 80s? No.
They're popular now.
Yeah, we live in America, dog. They couldn't properly track public phones. Oh, that's a good point.
Just go to Consumer Cellular, buy a burner phone for $20.
I've never understood how burner phones work. You just pay with cash? Is that how it is?
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense now.
You buy a phone for $20, get it activated in the store, and then just leave.
They don't have serial numbers and cameras to track it?
If it's cash, you can't follow that transaction anymore.
But they could be like, this phone with this serial number was sold at this store at this time. Look at the camera, who paid cash.
There's things I want to say that I can't say because it would compromise my job. But
You'll tell me off camera?
yeah.
That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
But if you tell me that exact question, the exact answer to that question, I'd love it. Because I've always been concerned with that reality. It's illegal to own sharp spoons in England. Yeah, I'll fucking bet.
So you can't have grapefruit spoons?
That sucks.
I have a serrated spoon.
The craziest thing for me was acid attacks in England.
Those happen in a lot of places.
Oof, I don't want to see pictures. Yikes.
You don't want to see their gross faces?
Too much.
Get a
I'm
face
out.
transplant?
I'm out.
All you did was Google acid attacks.
And I saw some poor
Yeah, or people's
people in
butt
that.
skin get put on their face.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
It was sad.
Have you ever had a skin graft?
I don't know. The most I've ever had stitches is up here and up here.
Have they ever had to cut skin from a different part of your body to put it somewhere else?
To answer the question is no, but if they did, it would be during one of these operations that I had on my face.
So no.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't know, but if they did...
They did not.
Okay.
I would be able to physically tell if it was on your face.
Butt face.
It would be a completely different color.
Sit on my face. I already am. I thought that was called something else.
No, it's a skin graft.
Alopecia.
That's when the pigment goes away and you become Michael Jackson. Pretty sure it's spelled with an F. Yeah, it is. Aha. Skin graft. It's where healthy skin is removed from an unaffected area of the body and used to cover lost or damaged skin. Popular with burns.
That's crazy. There was a story I remember seeing on TV as a kid. A guy got his hand cut off, and what they did was they froze the hand to attach it, but it died before they could reattach it. So what they did was they went to the morgue, got someone's hand from the morgue, and reattached it from the cadaver to the person. And it was fresh enough to where it started growing nails and it was a living hand again, but it was someone else's fucking hand.
Yep.
But all the nerves and everything was right. The only thing is, he said, when I moved my middle finger, I'd move my pointer finger. So it took time to
Figure it out.
But he's like, after the first year, it's just as easy as like you reprogram your brain to do it. And the brain just catches on like that. That's so great. That was so cool to me. It's gross as fuck, but I remember thinking that's fucking cool.
If you had a body part cut off and replaced with someone else's,
I could cut off your hand and my hand. We could switch hands, and as long as it's done properly, it'll be a perfectly healthy hand.
which body part would you pick? Hand?
I want your scalp.
Why?
I want your hair.
No, you can't have
I want your fucking hair, Josh.
No.
The one thing I've said is I've always liked your hair. I've always wanted to grow long hair. You grow hair. Fast.
Get implants.
Nope. I want your
not?
hair. I'm gonna fucking cut you up like face off.
Cut my whole. Just put my head on your body.
Can they do hair transplants?
I think they did one in the world. It was like the first successful head transplant.
I kind of remember that. That kind of rings a bell.
It happened within like a few years ago.
That's what I'm saying, right? It sounds pretty familiar, actually.
First human head transplantation surgically challenging.
Does it sound different?
Yes, it's louder.
Aside from being louder, does it sound clearer?
A little bit. You're just going to get a lot. That's why I'm using this one.
Because I like this one, but I'm starting to think it makes my voice like too dark or muffled. I guess it doesn't matter, but... First human head transplant.
I'm not going to read the abstract, even though it's probably
Just read the conclusion. Fuck it. Anything scientific, skip to the conclusion.
Contributor information.
No, go down more.
Oh,
I guess so. But you just need to read the last conclusion.
Conflict of interest, none declared. Financial support, none declared.
I'm paying out of pocket, and I got no issue with it.
The scientific community should not consider this procedure as a product of imagination anymore, but as a current topic that raises concerns and needs to be analyzed.
Jesus. So it did happen.
I think so.
And it was successful?
Semi-successful monkey head transplants. It's alive, but behaves similarly to a brain-dead being. That's not cool.
Oh, was the human, brain dead after?
Oh, I think it happened.
I thought they were fine,
The
yeah.
world's first human head transplant has been carried out on a corpse in China.
What the fuck?
His team, the doctor and his team, are ready to perform the surgery on a living person. Dr. Sergio Canavero, chief of the Turin Advanced Neuromodulation Group, says the operation was carried.
Neural means brain, modulation means changing. Fun fact.
Wow.
Brain changing. It's basically a brain transplant.
Who last year successfully grafted a head onto a monkey's body.
There you go.
So it's been done on cadavers, but that's not a good way to measure
That's the thing.
responsiveness.
That's what they're saying is they want to try it on a fucking living person.
A full head swap between brain dead organ donors is the next stage. So I guess you can still get brain activity with that, but you can't get like firing neurons.
Yeah. That'd be insane.
And the final step for that formal head transplant for a medical condition, which is imminent.
Imminent?
That's where it ends.
Full stop.
Said Canavero.
That doctor's like, oh, it's going to happen one day. It's imminent.
Russian computer scientist Valery Spiridonov, who
Fucking-
suffers from a muscle wasting disease, volunteered to become the first head transplant patient.
China and Russia. Activate.
The surgeon claimed to have successfully carried out the surgery on rats and monkeys. Interesting. So it hasn't happened.
I could have sworn it did.
I think so too. It was like a video.
But the monkey thing does sound more realistic.
It might have been a fake video.
It should have been if it hasn't happened. I don't think anyone would hide the fact that they did a successful head transplant. The thing that's hard is justifying why. Like, why would you need a head transplant? Were you shot in the head?
Well, you have a neurological disease that ruins your whole body. Like if Stephen Hawking, like someone who fucking can't move at all,
That'd be a good excuse. That'd be a good
put
reason.
his head on someone else.
That'd be a good reason.
On like a fucking 6'4", 260 pound, like
Could you imagine he's like a jock
fucking Chad.
and a genius?
Yeah,
He's like, pick it up, pussy, tell me the square root of pi.
unstoppable.
I'd be like, just fucking kill me. Like, I'm done, dude. It's
Okay,
the super soul.
Steven.
You ever seen that? Yeah. Steven, you dick, man. You know the whole like China and US building super soldiers thing? You think that'll ever happen? You think that
Yeah.
that is happening?
It's called steroids, my dude.
Mm-hmm.
Just give him some PEDs.
That is the real deal. That's what I'm waiting for. I want to do China super soldiers.
I mean, in the Halo universe, who created the Spartans?
I don't know. Oh, there's already something on NBC News about creating super soldiers. Like Captain America, I guess.
Dr. Catherine Halsey.
Captain China #1.
I guess they don't have Earth and Halo.
They're like super soldiers and diversity hire. Any volunteers?
I mean, I guess like to be a super soldier, you just need like an exosuit or like some sort of adjustment to like.
I think the idea is that it's genetic. They're born 7 feet, very muscular, like CRISPR kind of shit.
Yeah, but if you could throw like a robotic fucking suit on me that does all the lifting for me,
I feel like
and can help me run faster, that cuts development costs way down.
that's what I was going to say.
Liability.
That's what I was going to say. Though was like you have to consider what's more practical and cost effective.
Because if you could throw that on anybody, just mass produce that shit,
But you could also CRISPR anybody.
and then you just have 12 dudes. One of them gets shot and is like, well, down.
You'd figure
11 more.
You'd figure it'd be easier to genetically modify it and then
Bullet
produce,
resistance.
not bullet resistance, but I mean like
Mass produce people.
Have you seen the movie Gemini Man?
No, but that's with Will Smith.
Will Smith. It's a Will Smith movie. It's basically that concept of like Will Smith is the most badass Black Ops agent you've ever seen. And someone who worked with him in Black Ops is like, I want him so I could sell his DNA
And
to
then make
like,
another Will Smith, and he fights himself.
basically. But what do you mind if I spoil it?
I already know the movie basically.
The coolest it was a really good plot twist at the end, but like the truth is he's already mass produced it. So what he was doing was he had one Will Smith chasing the original Will Smith, and then the other Will Smith, like the improved versions, didn't have language or pain or anything. It was just like robot, like except it was like super obedient. And Will Smith ends up beating them all. He's like, you can't beat the original, blah, blah, blah. It was pretty badass, but like at the end of the day,
Yes, you can.
it's like it'd probably be more cost effective to essentially Frankenmeat soldiers. You know what I'm saying? We talked about Frankenmeat. It was like the
Yes, I'm with you. I have never left you.
it'd probably be more cost effective to Frankenmeat these soldiers than it would be to build each one specifically an exosuit.
$100,000 per year
That's nothing.
an exosuit would cost.
Oh, how much does it cost to give birth to a test tube baby? And that's assuming that exosuit gives you superhuman abilities. Or at least
So
removed.
you also have
pain.
to assume that they raised the kid for 18 years.
Have you seen The Boys?
The Amazon show?
Yeah.
No.
It's really good. I can't wait for the new season.
Cool. But like,
Something like that in there.
you assume if it's like they have to grow this child, whether it ages faster or not, whatever, you still have to like take care of it for like the span.
You know what they would do is they'd put it in a rural country, in a rural city.
Like fucking Spider-Man, or not Spider-Man, Superman.
No. They'd put it in a rural city with a bunch of military ads and a bunch of football teams, and they'd make it the Star. And then they'd be like, hey, NFL, don't sign this asshole. And they'd be like, hey, kid, you ever thought of your future? And
Why would they even give it the chance of a normal life? Just have it raised in a military base,
they could do that.
in a fucking laboratory.
They could do that because they could make it, they could manipulate the genes to where it'd be like, yeah, I want to serve my country.
Or if that's all they know from the beginning.
Case in point, you just solved it.
Yeah.
That's
That
a
was
good
That
investment.
was a dumb idea.
That's a good idea.
To give them the option to not join the military?
And you want to give someone an exosuit?
Yeah. Because then anybody can do it. I would do it. That shit's fun.
You'd fucking rob a bank day one.
Yeah. How much does it cost to raise a child to 18? $284,000.
So an extra. Oh, it smells so good.
So it's double
Extra-
the price of an exosuit.
Almost triple.
Almost triple.
But if that is a badass motherfucker and gets the job done, it's like the price of a skyscraper. Do you want your skyscraper to be 80 stories tall and collapse in a year? Or do you want to spend the extra money for the steel beams, the good construction company, and the architects to build it properly? Spend the money, get a better product.
I could be just as good as a soldier as this fucking super.
No, you
super
fucking
kid.
cannot.
We don't know that until I get an exosuit and a gun. I need a gun. I need a gun first.
I want pasta and spaghetti and garlic bread. It smells good.
Okay, well, we need to tell someone because someone wanted to come over.
Okay. You've eaten already, right?
Fucking 4 hours ago.
Oh. Oh, shit, we gotta get some food now! I'm hungry. I need too much. I need a fucking haircut. You want to shave my head again? I'm not even kidding, bro.
I know, you look like a fucking rooster.
Let's zerp it. Are you down?
Not right now.
Well, after the show.
Not right now. Not today, no.
Fine. Look at that shit.
Probably smell again.
Look at my fucking bald spot. It actually smells better and it feels softer. Check it out. Feel it.
I'm okay. It looks greasy. It looks really greasy, actually, so no.
Head and shoulders. Look at the shitty fucking gunk. I look like shit. I hate my haircut right now.
Your hairline goes up real far.
Eat a dick, bro.
It does. It does. It's an observation. Fucking relax.
I know.
I think I can get more done in an exosuit than a fucking super soldier. Because you can't mass produce super soldiers, but you can mass produce exosuits.
Huh?
Case in point. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We had pretty good points, and I gave you a good amount of time. I didn't give you exactly the amount of time you gave me, but I gave you...
Being a smartass, bro.
I gave you just enough.
You're doing okay.
I'm doing the most.
The second most.
I run the show.
I drive it. Thanks for hanging out with us.
That wasn't the end.
Well,
This
you
is
fucking...
the end. I meant to hit me first, but I don't use the hotkeys enough to fully remember them. We're leaving now. Goodbye. Have a good evening, good day, good morning.
Fuck it.